Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about a stunning moment in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, a moment that not only shows the power of modern defense systems but also highlights the value of strategy, patience, and precise timing. The event is being described as one of the most remarkable counter-moves of the war so far. Ukraine waits for a Russian jet formation to appear in the skies, and at the right moment, wipes them out completely. To understand how this unfolded, we need to look at the exterior of the situation, the interior decision-making process, the performance of the systems in action, the safety features built into Ukraine's approach, the unique aspects that made this victory possible, the heavy price tag attached to both sides, and finally the conclusion of what this means for the bigger picture of the war. From the exterior perspective, this entire event unfolded in a dramatic yet calculated manner. Russian aircraft, often deployed in intimidating formations, were seen heading into contested airspace with the confidence that comes from both firepower and numbers. These jets, capable of supersonic speeds and loaded with advanced missiles, have always been portrayed as one of Russia's key tools in asserting dominance. But appearances are often deceiving, and Ukraine knew better than to meet strength with strength in a direct dogfight. Instead, they let the exterior play out, watching the formation move into range while the Russian pilots assumed that the skies were clear. The external look of power quickly shifted when Ukraine unleashed its trap. From afar, it seemed like a simple air patrol by Russia, but hidden beneath was an elaborate plan crafted by Ukrainian commanders. Inside the operation, within Ukraine's command and control centers, the story was very different. Here, teams of operators worked quietly, staring at radar screens and tracking every movement of the Russian jets. The room was tense, but the discipline of waiting was the most powerful weapon. Timing was everything. Instead of rushing to act too early and risk missing their shot, Ukrainian commanders ordered their teams to hold fire until the formation was perfectly within range. Communications were precise, every instruction carried out with calm professionalism. This short interior moment of silence before the storm is what gave Ukraine the upper hand. While the Russian pilots sat in their cockpits relying on their instruments and sensors, they had no idea that Ukrainian operators sitting miles away were about to change the course of the battle with the press of a button. When we consider performance, the results speak volumes. Ukraine's air defense systems, including the widely reported S-300 units and possibly other advanced platforms provided by allies, performed exactly as designed. They tracked the jets, locked onto targets, and fired at the exact moment needed. The performance was not just about one missile, but about the coordination of multiple launch systems working together to create a deadly shield over Ukrainian skies. In mere minutes, the Russian formation that had looked so powerful from the outside was shredded in the air. Jets worth tens of millions of dollars each were turned into falling wreckage. This wasn't a Hollywood-style dogfight filled with dramatic chases, but a cold and efficient demonstration of how modern surface-to-air missile systems can neutralize even the most advanced aircraft when used with skill and patience. The performance was flawless, leaving little chance for the Russian pilots to respond or escape. Safety features played a critical role in this victory. Ukraine knew that sending its own pilots into direct air battles with Russia's experienced fighter squadrons would have been costly. Instead, they relied on ground-based systems designed to keep their operators at a safe distance. The safety net was built into the very strategy itself. Ukrainian personnel were protected while still being able to project deadly force against the intruding jets. This minimized risk to human life while maximizing the chances of success. In modern warfare, safety doesn't only mean physical armor or escape systems inside a jet, it also means creating a battle plan that avoids unnecessary losses. By relying on remote targeting and missile interception, Ukraine managed to neutralize a threat while keeping its people secure. This safety-first mindset allowed them to achieve victory without sacrificing valuable pilots or expensive aircraft of their own. One of the most important aspects of this event is its unique selling point, the factor that sets it apart from countless other battles in this war. Ukraine didn't just fire blindly at any approaching aircraft. They deliberately waited, held back their firepower, and chose the perfect moment when the Russian jets were locked into their formation. This patience transformed Russia's strength into a weakness. Flying in formation is meant to showcase power, coordination, and control, but it also makes aircraft more predictable and vulnerable when the enemy knows how to exploit it. Ukraine turned the enemy's strategy against them. The message this sends is powerful: brute force is not enough to win a war. Strategy, intelligence, and discipline can topple even the mightiest opponent. This is the unique lesson of this engagement, and it is why this story has caught so much global attention. The price of this operation is worth analyzing as well. Each missile launched by Ukraine is expensive, sometimes costing millions of dollars. But the return on investment was extraordinary. Russian jets are worth far more, each one costing anywhere from $30 million to over $80 million depending on the model. By destroying multiple aircraft in one carefully planned strike, Ukraine not only defended its skies but also inflicted a staggering financial and symbolic loss on Russia. Beyond money, the price in terms of morale is also critical. Russia losing jets in this way sends shockwaves through its air force, making pilots more hesitant and commanders more cautious. For Ukraine, the price was relatively small compared to the massive damage inflicted on the enemy. This exchange rate in both financial and psychological terms made the operation one of the most efficient and devastating strikes of the conflict. In conclusion, this event where Ukraine waited for the Russian jet formation and then wiped them out is a story of modern warfare at its finest. From the exterior display of Russian power to the interior calm of Ukrainian command centers, from the flawless performance of missile systems to the careful focus on safety, from the unique selling point of patience and timing to the cost-effectiveness of the operation, every detail shows why this was such a remarkable victory. Ukraine proved that war is not only about who has the bigger arsenal but also about who uses it smarter. By turning patience into a weapon and discipline into an advantage, Ukraine delivered a crushing blow that will be remembered as a turning point in aerial warfare. The lesson for the world is clear: in an age where technology, strategy, and human decision-making collide, the side that masters timing and intelligence can defeat even the strongest formations.